Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about anxiety. Not just anxiety, but all of the emotions that I personally have been feeling throughout this time. Sometimes emotions dealing with fear or anxiety, even anger, and some of these different things that I've been wrestling with during this time. And I think many other people are wrestling with for a lot of different reasons. And a lot of things that people have probably wrestled with even before all of the things that have started happening. And for some, they learn how to express and cope with these emotions in different ways. And I would say for a lot of us, most of the time, the way that we process these emotions probably aren't healthy. And although I'm no expert on counseling on how to always deal with these sorts of emotions, I do see some things in Scripture that I think can help us think about our emotions in a unique way and learn how to process those properly. And I think one of the best ways is through prayer. And we see this no better than in Psalm 3. David is praying this to God. He says, "O Lord, how my adversaries have increased. Many are rising up against me. Many are saying of my soul, there is no deliverance for him in God. But you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my glory in the one who lifts my head. I was crying to the Lord with my voice, and he answered me from his holy mountain. I lay down and slept. I awoke, for the Lord sustains me. I will not be afraid of 10,000 of people who have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord, save me. Arise, my God." And in this passage, we can see David wrestling with a lot of emotions and thoughts. And, his son is after him, after the throne, after the power, and is stopping at nothing to get that. And David's already had to go through some of that once in his life, and now he's having to experience that again. And for us, those emotions are going to be different. There's all sorts of things happening, whether it's with social justice, things in our culture, things with politics, maybe even things at home with your work, with your family, and you're feeling emotions that you probably never had to struggle with before or wrestle with before. And in this psalm, we see a few things. The first thing is David recognizes the emotions that he's feeling. He's recognizing the things that he's dealing with. He doesn't just bottle it up, internalize it. He expresses those emotions in a way that's honest and raw. The next thing is David recognizes that these issues aren't going to fix themselves. The fear, the anxiety, the worry, the doubt, those don't resolve themselves overnight. And it doesn't resolve itself without any sort of effort or work. And the final thing is, David's ultimately recognizing he can't fix these things. He can't manage his emotions purely from his own willpower. He also can't fix the problems that are around him with his own willpower. He recognizes that there has to be someone else to come alongside him, and he cries out to God to come and to be present within those problems, within the struggles and the issues that he's facing. And I think for many of us, maybe we're at the first step where we're recognizing that we not only have a lot of these issues in our lives, but we have these emotions that we can't cope with. But maybe you're not even there. Maybe you are there and you're ready to cry out to God, and learning how to do that through these Psalms, praying in these ways, I think are a great way to do it. And ultimately, I think that we see a culmination of this happening with Jesus in his final days. It says this in Matthew. It says, And I took with him Peter and 2 sons of Zebedee and began to be grieved and distressed. And then he said to them, "My soul is deeply grieved to the point of death. Remain here and keep watch with me." And he went a little beyond them and fell on his face and prayed, saying, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." And so we can even see Jesus wrestling with pain and emotions and struggling with the situation that he's in. He cries out to God. And I think for a lot of us, we maybe need to learn how to do that. How do I cry out to God? And praying through these Psalms, praying corporately with others, learning how to be open and honest about where you are, not just the situation that you're in, but the emotions that you feel with those situations, and cry out to God, not only to just fix your problems, but to help you process the things that you're going through in a healthy way. We all in 2020, dealing with these things, dealing with the things that are going on around us, have these emotions and have these problems. And the Bible doesn't want us to just simply be without emotion. God made us this way for a reason. And sometimes it's hard for us to learn how to manage our emotions, and we think that we can either control them or manipulate them by following destructive habits or suppressing them and pushing them down and ignoring them. But that's never going to make anything better. And so as you're learning how to pray and learning how to process these things, I highly encourage you, first of all, to seek someone out, to seek someone who is going to be able to openly listen and hear what you have to say, and not try to fix you, but to just be with you and present with you in the moment. Secondly, learn how to pray to God in these ways, to cry out to God in these ways and be honest. There's been plenty of times where I've had to do these things, not just with God, but with the staff and with people around me, to say, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm struggling because of the things that are going on around me. And we all have different problems and issues. And, I think the other thing is, don't think that the emotions or the problems or the things you're dealing with aren't significant because they're not as big as other things that are going on around you. God cares about all of the things that go on in our lives, no matter how insignificant they may seem. And finally, I would highly recommend, if you're really struggling with these things and you're really wanting to, go further, seek out professional help, seek out counselors or, spiritual guides, people that are trained and prepared to walk through some of these tougher journeys with you. Because obviously we can only take these so far. So with that said, I really hope that you got something out of this. I pray that you are able to find something in these Psalms that you can resonate with, that you can take before God. And feel free to reach out to me, to reach out to our church. If you have any more questions about something like this or some of the things that are going on at Grace Community Church. And as always, you can find us online at GCC Bartlesville or on our website, gccbartlesville.org. Thank you again for taking the time to listen, watch these things. And if you haven't done yet, you can like the video, that helps with things, and subscribe so that you can see more stuff like this, or podcast series that we have, Grace Stories, or our sermons and worship time on Sundays, both live and recorded at 9:30 and 11. Thank you again, and we will talk to you real soon.